Roy and Karen, and this is our video about our journey to Bridget's wedding in Texas.
And we are leaving the Ezel Rec Center. You see Sawgrass Grove is right in front of us.
Ezel is where we attend church at the Springs in their Middleton campus.
Until they can get their new Middleton campus built.
Yeah,
right across,
exciting times. Right across from the high school.
Absolutely.
Not far from Eastport, right where it's all happening.
And we're going to take you on a golf cart ride also. We're going to go from Sawgrass Grove over the Southern Oaks Bridge.
Here on Father's Day. Happy
Nice.
Father's Day. Happy Father's Day.
And we're going to take this golf cart ride all the way to Hammock at Finney. So, as usual, we leave after work, but in this case not on a Friday, on a Tuesday, and we are heading to
Tallahassee,
to our normal stop at the Cracker Barrel in downtown Tallahassee. But I have to preface this by saying we just replaced all the tires on our RV.
We get ready for this long journey, make sure we get there no matter what.
And everything seemed fine until we got on the freeway, and then all of a sudden the RV is shaking, rattling and rolling. We think the RV is going to shake itself apart as soon as we hit 65 miles an hour. So we got to pull it back, and we're going 60 miles an hour. But we got to get to Tallahassee. We have a wedding to get to. Nothing can stop us.
We are on a schedule.
But I know that the tires aren't balanced properly. So the next morning we get up, we go to a tire joint, and we get the tires rebalanced. We get back on the freeway, and the RV is exactly the same. We're still shake, rattling, and rolling, and we don't realize that they did such a bad job. I have extensions on our dualies so I can fill up the air from the outside. I don't have to go to the inside dually. They flew off on the turnpike, and by the time we get 250 more miles and we're now in Louisiana, our inner dualies are gone. They
completely flat. Somebody's flagging us down on the highway, letting us know you're flat.
Then I have to go back in time a little bit. I just got finished putting in this beautiful brand new lithium battery. It's going to last us forever. It's going to make our journeys so much better. And when we get on the road, it's not working. And this is RV life. Things just go wrong, and you got to figure out what it is. But now we're on the road for 2 days, and the only way to keep our refrigerator going is to have to run the generator all the time. And that's not good. That's a half a gallon an hour for 2 days now. So we take it in to Great American RV in Louisiana, and
that was after we spent the night at Lakeside RV Park,
which was really nice.
And after we had a delicious dinner at Middendorf's.
Oh, I forgot all of that stuff. I'm just so focused on the bad. Thank you, honey.
It's always positive mixed in with those experiences.
Yeah.
And as we learned in church today, it's the ones you're focused on that we grow from.
So, focusing on the wonderful things. We had heard about this great place in Louisiana called Middendorf's, and it's right on Lake Manchac, and they make this thin, crispy catfish thingy.
And it was good.
Oh, we had such a good meal there. We were really happy.
Definitely grateful for that recommendation.
But we had to get the RV fixed. We couldn't keep going like this. Oh, one more thing, I got to go back in time. You know, sometimes life can be stressful, and I was feeling very stressed out before this RV trip, and I was just so looking forward to a road trip, to break away from the things that were stressing me. And here I am, I'm just getting more stressed and more stressed. The tires aren't working, the electricity isn't working, and I'm just getting more and more stressed. And we pull into Great American RV, and my MO, my modus operandi is to get this guy at Great American RV. I want to make him cry. I want to make him feel so bad for me that he fixes all of our problems. And you know what? He made me cry. He said, he put his hand on my shoulder and he said, Mr. Cooper, we're going to get you back on the road. Everything's going to be okay. It was wonderful.
You are going to make it to your daughter's wedding.
Yes. So, an hour later, he comes out and he goes, Mr. Cooper, can you tell me something about this battery? And I'm like, oh no, because I installed the battery. And I'm thinking he's going to tell me I did something wrong. And I told him I installed it, and I told him I just got it. And I'm also worried that if the battery isn't working, then it's a warranty issue. And we're not going to fix it on this road trip. We're going to wait till we get home and have to exchange the battery. And I said, can you tell me what's wrong? He goes, no, we haven't figured it out yet. Half an hour later, he comes back and says, okay, we got everything working. Nothing wrong with the battery.
Breaker was flipped.
A hidden breaker underneath the RV that I couldn't find. I was under there. I was on my back. I was looking up at everything. I couldn't find it. It was hidden behind a panel. And he got it working. But he said our tires were shot. We had to go take care of them. And he told us
they didn't do it there. They could call someone in, or we should go somewhere.
So he recommended Tony's in whatever town, Louisiana. We went over there.
And again, they took great care of us.
Took such good care of us.
They didn't know until they got the tires off whether it was going to be just the 2 inner dualies or all 4 of them that needed to be replaced.
And it turned out to best be the 2 inners.
Thank God, but they did order all 4 just in case, so they'd be prepared.
Which was really nice. Actually, they ordered them before we even got there. He just took my word on everything. Said, I'll order 4, and if you only need 2, we'll just put 2 on, which is all he did. He rebalanced all our tires. He brought in new extensions for our dualies, put them on.
Put them on properly.
But the only negative was it was going to take him till 3 in the afternoon to actually get the tires in. So we hung out there all day,
trying to relax as best we could.
And
there's nothing you can do.
We planned on being in Texas that afternoon. We're leaving Louisiana that afternoon. And here we are on Corbin Trail, my honey. This is going to take us over to what village is this coming up?
We're getting ready to enter Monarch Grove,
yeah.
Linden.
There you go. So we just hit the road. Everything was perfect. We have electricity. We got new tires. The RV's not shaking and rattling and rolling. And we get into Texas to our campground at 1:30 in the morning.
A little later than we expected, like maybe 12 hours. But we made it. We were safe.
I was already starting to decompress on the way to Texas because everything's working now. So I'm starting to calm down. We get to the Corps of Engineer Park, Lake Georgetown in Georgetown, Texas. And they had sent me an email. I don't know if you remember this, but they had sent me an email with the gate code in case we got in late. It didn't work. So here we are, 1:30 in the morning, and we just decide to camp outside their entrance. Gotta go to sleep. It's 1:30 in the morning. We get up in the morning, 7 o'clock, the gates open, and we go in, we find our campground, and we spend the day reading, looking out at this gorgeous view of the lake, and decompressing. Finally, everything's starting to work out.
We went over to meet with Bridget and get some of the wedding preparations done and visit a little bit. Just a nice chill Friday.
And we went to visit
Went for dinner with our friends, the Schwanzes, the Alvarezes.
Yeah, the last time we were in Texas, we went out to eat. And it felt like we were just going out to eat and then we're done, and that was our hanging out. So
and then we met him at church, but we were at church, so it just was kind of quick visits, not really in depth.
So this time I specifically said, hey, let's have dinner at someone's house so we can just hang and be and catch up and reconnect. And so we went over to one of their homes, the Schwanzes, and it was wonderful. We all brought something, and they brought in taco fixins, fajitas, and all kinds
Yummy.
Oh my
all
goodness.
the fixins. And
It was good stuff. That's what you want when you're in Texas. We had such a wonderful visit. It's so funny because the last time we were in Texas and we went to visit our friends there, we had just got the RV and we didn't know the ins and outs of the RV as far as the dogs were concerned. And so we didn't tie the dogs up onto the couch, and they figured out how to get out. They hit the automatic windows, dropped the windows down, and they jumped out. We know better what to do this time. Oh, my honey's giving me directions because I don't know where I'm going. I'm talking to you.
You can't talk and drive.
Well, I'm talking to them. The next day, we wake up at this beautiful lake again. It's just beautiful. It's just so gorgeous. And we just spend the whole day decompressing. Very, very nice. But that night, it's the night before the wedding.
We went for the rehearsal dinner. And
we saw a different side of our daughter at that. She was Bridget, the organizer. It was really something. She got her iPad out and she connected it to the TV, and she was showing us a PowerPoint presentation, showing us where we're going to walk from,
who's going to do what, how you're going to do it,
where you're going to
sit, what our rules are.
And she gave us all a spreadsheet. Every one of us had a spreadsheet saying, this is what time you need to be where.
Got to give people a chance to ask their questions, and she answered them and got everybody on the same page so it would be seamless the next day.
It was truly amazing.
All right. So, hey, you guys, I just wanted to throw a quick little video on here that you weren't aware that I was doing to let you know that almost 30 years ago, give or take, I filmed and took pictures of your wedding, Karen and Roy, way back in the day. And here we are, 30 years later, and you've asked me to film your daughter, my niece, Bridget's wedding. I appreciate that, and I love you guys. And I'm not sure if this will ever make any of your cuts of any of the videos you're doing, but if it does, excellent. If not, I get it. It's cool. But wow, man, right? 30 years later, and I'm doing the same thing for you all. Pretty cool. All right, love you. Bye.
suffice it to say, the father of the bride had to make a speech.
Thank you all for coming today. We're all here to celebrate Bridget and Taylor.
Woohoo!
I don't know about you all, but I kind of knew in 2016 that these two had found their mate. And now my mate that God brought to me, like God brought them together, is going to say a few words.
I prepared a truly hilarious father of the bride speech. I just want you to know. But Karen won't let me read it, so I'm going to do this one instead. We've got grandparents on both sides of the family that could not be here today. I can hear your Grandma Lenore saying, "Oi, you're so gorgeous." I can hear her. I learned quickly that Taylor is a special man and that Bridget was his priority. So I've just been sitting back and waiting for this wedding to happen. I knew it would eventually. Bridget, from your first steps to your walk down the aisle today, I've had the privilege of being there. Now as you step into a new journey with Taylor, I know you'll make beautiful memories together. As I raise my plastic cup, I want to thank my daughter and her new husband for giving me the greatest gift of all, the gift of seeing my little girl so happy. To the happy couple, may your marriage be blessed by God with love and endless joy. Cheers. We did have a plan that the wedding was going to start at like
1:30.
Okay, 1:30, and at 4 o'clock we had made reservations to take everybody to this really nice restaurant in Austin, but it was so hot and so humid in Austin, Texas, that it was unbearable. After the wedding was done, everybody wanted to get out from this beautiful park setting that we're at. They wanted to get into the air conditioning.
Not comfortable, beautiful, gorgeous area, but just not good conditions. And you could see people were struggling,
So we called up the restaurant and said, "Can we get in there an hour early?" And they said, "Sure, come on over."
Wonderful. They accommodated us. Everybody got out of the heat and into the air conditioning, got to spend more time visiting, had a wonderful meal. They did a great job at O's house.
And we got back to the campground probably around 8:30 or so, just in time to catch the sunset. We love this lake. We used to go hiking here when we used to live in Texas. And every time we come back to Texas to visit, this is our go-to place to camp. I think it's because we're old fogies and we have the lifetime National Parks Pass, and this is a Corps of Engineer park. I think we get to spend 5 days here for like $55 or something. It's just amazing. It's so cheap and it's so beautiful.
And it's a great location. It's not far from where Bridget lives, not far from the in-laws who hosted the rehearsal dinner, not far from where my sister stayed. It was just a great location.
Great place. So we had this thing, it's Monday, and we really had no plans. We're leaving on Tuesday. We left on Tuesday, and we need to leave on Tuesday.
We have family that have traveled. Some of them took off right after the wedding, but others were still there.
And we wanted to give everybody an opportunity to get to reconnect again and to get together. And one of the places, our favorite restaurant that we loved in Austin was Torchy's Tacos. And the last time we were in Texas, we did not make it there.
No.
So we woke up in the morning, said, what are we going to do? Said, let's go to Torchy's. Well, wait a minute. We're also trying to figure out how to get everybody together. So we said, we're hosting Torchy's Tacos. That's what everybody who can make it, come on over. It's on us. And so we had a whole bunch of the family meet us at Torchy's Tacos for breakfast.
Good meal, good visits.
Look at this menu. Look at got the incredible choices, and they're great. And all the sauces, I mean, they got from the most mild to we're gonna knock your socks off. We love torchies. And it was so great to have the whole family there.
Yeah,
It
share
really
that with
was.
them.
So again, back to the campground, more relaxing. I got to tell
Which
you,
we need to because we're taking off the next day.
yeah. But now that the wedding's done, now that we've made it to Texas in one piece, the wedding's gone off without a hitch. Everything's great, and now that we've organized the whole family and had our torchy taco moment,
Done
now
a little sightseeing.
we go back to the campground, and I just realized that the stress is all gone. I mean, I'm just completely decompressed. It's so nice to be there. Monday, everybody's gone from the campground. You know, it was really nice and quiet when we first got there on
Well, it was
Thursday.
Memorial weekend, so they were all taken off.
But weekends, you know, Saturday, it was the place was packed. But by Monday, it's gone. And people are leaving. They have to go back to work the next day. And it was so nice and quiet and very enjoyable. So the next morning, we pick up your sister and we drop her off at the airport, so she doesn't
Right
have to
on
get
our
an
way.
Uber.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right on our way to get out of town. No biggie. Just to reiterate, everything is fine. The RV is fine, and we're decompressed, and we're just going to have a nice journey back. We're going to stop off and see some Roy and Karen's road trip discoveries, and I got all this planned. There's a few things in Baton Rouge I want to go see, but by the time we get to Baton Rouge, forget about it. The weather has turned. We got 60-mile-an-hour winds hitting the RV on the side, and we are
White knuckling it.
it was awful. And then you're reading the weather. There's tornadoes, and there's
And
hail.
lightning and hail.
We just want to get where we're going. And I'm not thinking about anything but getting out of this weather. So I totally screwed up. And one of the places we wanted to see was the Tabasco factory, but we went right past it because all I'm thinking about is getting out of this weather. We said, where are we going to go? Let's go back to Lakeside, what was it called?
Lakeside RV Park.
We'd already been there. We know where it is. Let's just go there. They got a beautiful lake. I mean, that's why it's called that.
We know they accommodate travelers that come in without plans.
And I'm just going to keep on driving around the village while we finish up this video. And the next day, well, okay, so by the time we get to Louisiana, the weather's all cleared up. We go to the RV park, there's no rain, it's just nice. We plug in, we've got our air conditioning, and everything's wonderful. So the next day, the plan is to get from here, from Louisiana, back to Tallahassee and spend a night in the Cracker Barrel. But you know what? Let's just keep on driving, honey.
Yeah, I have no desire to spend extra time in a parking lot. Let's just get home.
Well, we had driven way further the day before, getting to Louisiana, than I had planned. I planned for us to stop so we could go to the Tabasco factory, but I passed it because of the weather.
Right.
So we were a lot closer to Tallahassee than we would have been had we gone by plan. And so, you know, why pull over in Tallahassee at 1 or 2 in the afternoon? Let's just drive the extra 3 or 4 hours and let's get home. So that's what we did. And it was nice to be home a day earlier just to chill.
Yeah, we had a chance to make stops and have a meal and come in and just have an extra day to get situated before we went back to work.
Yeah. This trip to Texas actually turned out to be a lot different than our first trip to Texas, back to Texas last year. Last year, when we went on and we were on our way back home, we stopped at Gulf Shores,
Alabama, and Destin.
Yeah, and that was really nice. So, and I guess
so this trip didn't work out for us to make a pit stop at Gulf Shores and Destin. We got to do that before.
Yeah, that was okay.
And
if you want to check out that video, that'll be right here. In the meantime,
we appreciate you traveling with us.
see ya.